Today on Eagle Nation News, Amber D'Angelo hits the halls to see how lonely prosperous students really are on tomorrow's romantic holiday.
Abigail Smith highlights a class here at the high school with a small twist.
And finally, Jordan Ramsey discusses not Martin Luther King Jr., but his significant other.
Eagle Nation News starts
right now. Good afternoon, Prosper High School. Today is Wednesday, February 13th. I'm Christina Folsom.
And I'm Cameron Silva.
Now, the national debt has been rising, and it hit $22 trillion this week. $1 trillion more than just 11 months ago. So what does this mean for high school students? With debt on the rise, job markets are becoming weaker, making it increasingly more difficult to have a stable future profession. And on top of that, taxes will increase as well, which is a potential struggle for new adults beginning their own lives.
Two men were on their way to smoke marijuana in an abandoned house in Austin when they discovered a tiger inside. The authorities reportedly questioned the men whether they were under the effects of the drug or had actually seen a tiger. They believed them when they saw it themselves. The tiger was later taken to an animal sanctuary 200 miles from where they found it.
With Valentine's Day coming up tomorrow, some will be out on dates while a vast majority will be home alone.
Amber D'Angelo set out to find the loneliest students here at Prosper High School.
As many of you guys know, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. And for some of us, this is great because we have Valentine's Day dates. But for most of us, this day is going to cause extreme trauma. So I took to the Prosper High School hallways to figure out just how lonely some of us are. Do you have a Valentine's Day date this year?
Does the female Fortnite skin count?
Can you describe to me in detail just how lonely you are?
Nah, I've been cooling lately, just chilling, regular stuff, nothing big, that's all.
I don't think people actually understand like what single people go through. It's like every time I'm with my friends and they're with their girlfriends, I just feel like I'm down. I feel like a single crab in the desert, like all alone. And they're so hot and they want a girl crab so bad, but they just can't get it. I just don't know why.
Can you describe to me in detail just how lonely you will be this year? I don't know what to do now.
You know, I mean, I'm really good at third and fifth wheeling, but, you know, I'm pretty lonely, just looking around at all these.
I think what he's trying to say, my man Caden here is a great candidate for a Valentine's Day this year, so if any girls want to hit him up, just let me know. He's a really great guy, and yeah. Anything else to say for the ladies?
No.
All right, well, wife him up.
If you are going to be lonely this Valentine's Day, maybe you should consider one of these great options to be your Valentine's Day date. I'm Amber D'Angelo, Prosper.
Football, soccer, volleyball, and basketball are common sports that the majority of students participate in, even some who you might least expect. Find out who coming up.
Oh my gosh, I really want Chipotle right now. OMG, mates. I love Chipotle. I think it's pronounced Chipotle.
If you want to party with this burrito, come out to Chipotle night in McKinney from 5 to 9 p.m. on February 19th to help raise money for cancer research. If you bring family members, you get one ticket per family to wear Nike shorts and hats to school. So come, these burritos are waiting.
You may have heard of Best Buddies, a program here at the high school where students partner up with other students who have disabilities.
There is a similar program at the high school, but for physical education. Abigail Smith reports.
Partners PE is a class offered here at the high school that pairs a regular ed and a special ed student together to participate in a PE class, build a relationship, and take part in events such as Special Olympics.
So honestly, this class is tenfold, like it works both ways, right? You have the regular education kids that take this class and they're able to get to know these kids and meet them and see that, you know, they're a lot more normal than you think they are at first glance, and that they have a lot of things in common with them, and that even though physicality, the physical nature there might be some differences, deep down inside they're the same just as any other teenager that walks to school. On the flip side, you have the special ed kids that come into PE, and they absolutely love it. I mean, that might be their one smile of the day, that might be their exercise, you know, for those 48 hours, who knows.
Honestly, meeting him was like kind of life-changing, because you really it puts things into perspective kind of, and he's a cool guy. So I went to Special Olympics and he won first place, and he was eating his sandwich on the first place podium.
Pancakes.
We eat pancakes together?
Yeah.
Yeah. On Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If you're interested in joining Partners PE next year, you can locate Coach Stanton in the arena during Eagle Time this Thursday or Friday. There is an application to fill out and an interview process to follow. Interviews will be held the week of February 18th. Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Abigail Smith. Prosper.
After this, Jordan Ramsey is in studio with your Eagle Update.
What is that smell? It smells like cotton candy. I'm gonna go find it. Where is that smell coming from?
Do you want a hit?
Are you kidding me? That's what I was smelling?
According to the PHS Student Code of Conduct, vape or any vape accessories are strictly prohibited on campus. Being caught will result in punishment.
Now we send it over to Jordan Ramsey with your Eagle Update.
During Black History Month, we all take a time to look back at the most influential African Americans, such as Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, and Martin Luther King Jr. However, sometimes we tend to overlook others who also championed in civil rights or contributed to society in other ways, such as Coretta Scott King, who worked alongside her husband, Martin Luther King Jr., as a civil rights activist and continued to fight after his death in 1968. Coretta met King while attending school in Boston and started her career as an activist soon after. Coretta took part in the Montgomery bus boycott of 1955 and took part in the passing of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which is considered one of the most influential legislative achievements of the civil rights movement. The act ended public segregation and banned employment discrimination based on race, religion, sex, and national origin. And shortly after the assassination of her husband, Coretta established the Martin Luther King Jr. Center for Nonviolent Social Change and continued to fight for civil rights around the world until her passing in 2006. Back to you, Christina.
Now let's take a look at the meeting schedule for the week.
Well, that's all the time we have for you today. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Cameron Silva.
I'm Jordan Ramsey.
And I'm Christina Folsom. Live long and prosper.